Cancer. This is going to be your love and relationship reading for February 2019. And this is for Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, and Cancer's best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about concerning love and relationships for February. So far, the relationship readings seem to be kind of complicated for everyone. I'm hoping that for you it won't be too complicated. I'm hoping you guys have a good Valentine's Day month. Oh, look what came out. So, but we'll see. It's not up to me now, is it? It's up to my guides and the universe on what you need to hear. So, but I do wish you all the best. And I'm going to do a simple 6-card spread for you, and I'll show you the cards before I get started. Because this is more of a specific reading, it may or may not apply for you or resonate for you. If for some reason it does not resonate for you, you may want to check out your other 2 out of your rising sun or moon and see if any of those apply more for you. I found for myself that it changes a lot for me. So we'll see what comes out. Okay. Okay. Here are your 6 cards. Your first one is the Emperor. Your second one is Justice. Your third one is Temperance. You have 3 major arcanas in here. Your fourth one is the 8 of Pentacles. Your fifth one is the Princess of Swords. Your sixth one is the Ace of Pentacles. It seems as though a lot of relationships are starting this month or being cultivated more. Makes sense. Okay. You'll know from the beginning whether this resonates because it starts off with the past. So, you have the Emperor over the 8 of Pentacles. It may just be that you've been working a lot, or you've been really focused on your goals and on creating stability for yourself. With these 2, you got your own court card, which is the Queen of Cups. This is a Cancer court card. It seems as though you are trying to prep up an already existing foundation so that you can invite in a relationship. If you're single, this is. I'll go into ones of you that are in relationships as well. If you are single, it almost seems as if you are building a nest first. This is reminding me of those birds, weaver birds. I think they're black and yellow. I can't remember what they look like, but the male builds a nest in order for a female to come and check it out and decide whether or not she wants to roost with him. It almost feels like this. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It seems as though you're trying to prepare for a future relationship and you want to be completely set up You want to have a nice little nest already set up so that a relationship can come in and you'll automatically have everything that you need. This is rather cute, you guys. This is rather cute. Don't give yourself a hard time, though. You don't have to have everything set up in order to have a relationship. You don't have to be so bent on providing for a relationship. Whoever ends up being with you is going to love you for who you are and doesn't necessarily expect you to do this. So if you feel driven to do this, then by all means, make your little pretty nest to attract a new relationship, but don't feel as if this is the only way that you will attract one. Or just to get yourself in a really solid space in order to be able to have a relationship. If you're in a relationship, this may be saying that you've been doing a lot of work on yourself or a lot of self-care in the relationship in the recent past, or you've been focusing a lot on your goals and on work. It may even be that something about the structure of the relationship has become a tiny bit too stifling, or perhaps both of you are just working a whole lot, or maybe one of you works from home and that interferes with the line that defines your career from your home life. You may even work with your partner where you own a business together. Something about this has taken away from the romance of the relationship. So if this is the case for you, you've definitely been thinking about how to bring a little bit more romance, empathy, and emotion back into the relationship, where it's more about nurturing each other emotionally and caring for one another, rather than all of this to-do about getting set up, having what you need, blah, 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 blah. All of the mundane stuff. It seems as if it's gotten a little too centered on that. So, presently, you have Justice over the Princess of Swords. This is good. This is a good combination. This is telling me that if you're in a relationship, you've reached a level with it now, presently, where you're working on communicating with each other very nicely. You are brainstorming together, or you're making decisions together with the relationship in mind. You're learning newer, better ways of communicating with one another, where you can expose how you actually really think or feel without feeling threatened, where you can approach discussions in the relationship with what can be solved, what can be adjusted, what needs to be mutually decided by the two of you to ensure that the relationship is still playful, that the relationship still has a level of innocence to it, where you respect each other's minds and you brainstorm together, you come up with solutions together, you come up with amazing ideas together that you wouldn't come up with without each other. If you are single, you definitely want a relationship that is equal or fair or just, where all of the things that I just mentioned can happen in the relationship, where you can communicate well, where you inspire each other with your ideas, where you can make mutual decisions together with the relationship in mind. Unified decisions or unified discussions where you are on the same team instead of opposing teams. This is what you want, and this is what you're striving for. You may even meet a Libra or an air person that is very much like this, that is very much about working things out, or can keep their cool with communicating, and that has the relationship in mind. This could also be saying that if you have children, or if you have a child, you want things to be fair for the child. You want to include the child. You want the child to feel secure with this relationship. You want your child to see your relationships be fair and equal and balanced. You don't want your child to be exposed to anything that is unjust or too much. You don't want them to be exposed to too much conflict. You want them to see relationships that work together. And this will be your deciding factor in whether or not a relationship is good for you or not, is whether or not it's good for your child, whether or not they feel secure. So there's that. You may even be deciding to have a child if you're in a relationship. If you've been wanting a child or you feel ready now to have one, you guys might be having some discussions about having children. So in the future, this looks great. I'm really liking this. And so you have Temperance over the Ace of Pentacles. This is reminding me of that justice is balance, flow, harmony, positive thought. Believing that if you just stay calm and positive and you focus on what you would like to plant or see happen, that it will happen. And you also have guides with you on this. You have your angels or your ancestors or your positive guides looking out for you on this one. There may be a beginning of a new relationship for you in the future where there is one coming. And it may even be with someone who is Sagittarian or has Jupiterian qualities to them, where they're very optimistic, they're very philosophical, they're very balanced. They're a balanced sort of Sag instead of the unbalanced Sages. And this doesn't have to be a Sagittarius. It's just someone who carries that sort of energy, someone who's very uplifting, positive, can stay cool amidst chaos, and someone that you can build a firm, solid foundation with. If you've been working in the past on creating a nest in order to attract a mate, it looks as if you attract a mate through your nest that you built. And it feels very easy. It's an easy flowing relationship that flows well. Just feels really good. If you are in a relationship in the future, it looks as if things are able to be worked out. And there's a much better flow to the relationship than there has been. And there's a possibility for you guys to manifest something together, whether it's a home or a child, or to properly balance your relationship with business. All different kinds of balance. Things look very balanced and fruitful in the future where they can grow. So, okay, hopefully that helped or made sense, and I will see you soon. In the middle of the month, I'm going to be coming out with short little random messages from the universe if you would like to check those out. And if you have stumbled across this video and you would like a reading that is more in-depth for you, that maybe necessarily doesn't have to focus on relationships, you may want to check out your general reading on my channel. Okay, I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.